Hi, my name is Andy Baldwin. I'm the percussion instructor at Dordt University and Northwestern College in Sioux County, Iowa. This video is going to go over the 2021 Iowa All-State Snare Drum Etude, Etude number 6 from Anthony Cerrone's Portraits and Rhythm. This video is going to be sort of a mini lesson discussing a few key concepts in this piece that I believe will help to support your performance of this for 2021 Iowa All-State. So let's get started. The first key concept is going to be going over height control. There's a lot of dynamics throughout this piece, so it's going to be important that we are able to achieve all those dynamics. So here's how we're going to do that. We're going to use a simple 16 on a hand exercise to practice those different heights. It looks like this. 16 on a hand. And both hands alternating. Let's do that again. And. So we're going to use that exercise to now practice our heights. We're going to use, of those 16 counts, 8 up, 8 down. Then we will go 4 up, 4 down, 4 up, 4 down. Still using that 16 on a hand reference. So let's do 1 at 9 inches, 8 up, 8 down, and then 4 up, 4 down, 4 up, 4 down. If you would like to play along with this, feel free to pause, rewind, go forward, go back, and utilize this however you choose. So here we go. Here is our exercise. 9 inches. 1, 2, and ready, and go, and. Both hands. 30-second notes. 8 up, 8 down. Both. 30-second notes. 4 up, 4 down. Both. So practice that exercise on your own to master that, and you can see how low the heights were, about ½ an inch up to about 12 inches there. Later on, we'll discuss using the actual snare drum for dynamic contrast, but for now, be sure that you can master those heights for our dynamic contrast in this piece. One of the things that Cerrone does really well in these etudes is they are very lyrical, very musical, and he does that with the use of different themes in these. And we can see a theme that returns here in Etude number 6 is the very first measure. So one of the things that we're going to want to do is make sure that when the theme comes back, which will come back later in line 11, that it sounds the same. So let's take a look at the first measure here. Half note, roll tied to 2 8th notes, 4 16th notes, and 2 8th notes. Here we go. Ready and go. Let's do that again. Measure 1. Ready and go. Good. Now look at line 11, measure 2. It's the same exact measure. We're going to play it the same exact way. Here we go. Ready, go. Again, line 11, measure 1. Ready, and go, and. So when we approach this, make sure that you're realizing an even measure 1 and 2 are the same as line 11, measure 2 and 3. Same measures and should be approached the same way sound-wise. The next key component is going to be subdividing through long rests. A quarter note plus an eighth rest doesn't seem like a whole lot of time, but because this piece is so slow, it's going to feel a lot longer than it should, and we don't want to arrive to notes early. So let's take a look at line 4, measure 2 in our music here. This is going to be a prime example of wanting to subdivide through the rests. So I'm going to count this rhythm in my head. 1 and 2E and 3E and 4 and 5E and 1. That's going to help me make it through that measure. I'll sing that again. 1 and 2E and 3E and 4 and 5E and 1 to help me stay on time. So it's going to sound like this. 2, ready and go, and 1 and 2E and 3E and 4 and 5E and 1. Let's do that again. Here we go. Ready and go, and 1 and 2E and 3E and 4 and 5E and 1. That's going to help me count through that. You could use the same tool for the next line, line 5, measure 2, since we have some more long rests there. A quarter rest is going to be a lot longer than you think. So subdividing through these measures is going to be imperative. When approaching some of these dynamic contrasts in Etude number 6, some of them are crescendos, decrescendos, gradual changes. And at other points, we have these all of a sudden changes where we're at 12 or 15 inches closer to the center of the drum, and then we immediately need to go closer to the edge of the drum and about 1 or 2 inches off the drum head. So we're going to be using an idea called the downstroke. And here's where we can apply that. We can apply that in a few places in this piece. Line 4, going from line 4, measure 1 to 2. 3, and here, up. So you can see how on the last 2 notes of the first measure, they were still loud, but I stopped the rebound going into the next measure. This is going to allow me to be in a prime position to play the next notes at a low height. So here that is again, line 4, measure 1 to 2. Ready, and here we go. We can see that a few more places. We can also see that in line 7. Okay, same melody that we just heard in the first measure going into a similar melody in the next measure. Ready, and go, and. Alternatively, we have the downstrokes, and actually leading out of this measure we just played, we want to upstroke in preparation for our fortissimo. So I'm going to play line 7 and line 8, and keep an eye out for when that upstroke happens at the end of line 7, measure 2. And then there's another downstroke in line 8, right before that first pianissimo in line 8. So keep an eye out as I play line 7 and 8 for both the upstrokes and the downstrokes to prep for the next all of a sudden dynamic shift. Here we go. Line 7 and 8. Ready, and go, and. Another key component in performing this piece is going to be managing our roll speed. Now, as I've been practicing this and performing this, I found that the roll speed stays pretty much the same throughout this etude. So we can use the 32nd note as our roll base here. We can also practice that by incorporating it into the exercise we did earlier, the 16 on a hand. So we can do 16 on the right, 16 on the left, 16 both, 16 alternating, and then 16th buzz roll. So that would look like this. Ready and go and. Both, alternating 30 seconds. Now we're gonna buzz roll that. And we could repeat that. Let's do that a few more times. Ready and go and. On the left, both, 16th notes, 30 seconds, buzz roll. So we're just using those 30-second notes as a base there. So you could practice, say, measure 1 as 30-second notes. 2 beats worth of 30-second notes going into eighth notes. So that could sound like this. Measure 1. Ready, and here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and F 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and F 5 E and F. Take out the buzz roll and practice that with 30-second notes. I'll do that one more time. Here we go. Ready, and here it is. 2 and 3 and 4 E and F 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and F 5 E and F. Now let's put the buzz on those 30-second notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope this helps you. Best of luck to you on your Iowa All-State auditions. Be sure to check out the other videos that I've done for all of the other Iowa All-State audition videos. Best of luck.